Hi everybody, this is Jill again. So somebody had a great question yesterday regarding glasses and wig wearing. It is an excellent question. Here's the deal with me, and unfortunately, I can only talk about how glass wearing and wearing wigs affects me. First of all, I watched a video and it wasn't specifically talking about this, but she says it often in all of her videos that she talks about. And it's Patty from Wigs by Patty's Pearls. And she recommends a finger width between your ear, the top of your ear, and where your wig begins. And that is, she just says you have to do that. It will be comfortable, and that is the most comfortable wear is if you allow that finger width gap between the back, the top of your ear and where the wig starts. So I thought, and I watched that even before I ordered my first wig. So I was really surprised that the wig butted up right up against my ear, like really sitting there on my ear. And that was my Elizabeth wig. So if you recall, and if you've watched that very, very first wig video that I uploaded, I was really confused. Is this wig too big for me? Is it too small for me? There was a lot of different things going on. And yeah, so I have to, the way I've kind of remedied that or tried to is by getting it to fit me right, pulling down the nape, getting everything where it needs to be. And then before I even put my wig on, I usually put a little bit of It Stays right where the hair is back here. I try to kind of push it up and press it up there so the It Stays will sort of keep it there. Because for some reason, my head measurements must not be, that average perfect size when it comes to that measurement anyway. So I would say that let me see. Yeah, just about every wig that I have will butt up against the back of my ear. So I have to do that. So yeah, I just would say what usually happens for me is once I get everything where it needs to be and I have my hairline secured where it needs to be, it's when I pull down my nape area and I pull it down, and for some reason it's at that point when my wig will really come down and touch right here behind my ear. Now I've got this one right where it should be. It feels good. It's exactly a finger width between the back of my ear and where that wig starts. Maybe, yeah, I think that's as close as I'm going to get. It might be just a little tiny bit closer than it needs to be right up here toward the front area. But for the most part, I think that's really good for me to get that. And I think really the reason why this wig is fitting nicely there is because I don't have the nape pulled down quite as far as I normally do. I have this particular wig secured with a tiny, tiny little ponytail back here. And I do have some It Stays on the bottom of my occipital bones on each side and right below this ponytail. Let me see. Actually, that It Stays isn't even doing anything there. So it's just the ponytail that is keeping this wig from sliding up, but it's also allowing it to come up just a tiny bit. More than where I would probably like it to be secured. Maybe I have this desire to pull my wigs down farther than they need to be. That could be as well. But with this particular wig and style, it doesn't really matter that much. So it is coming up a little bit, but my little teeny tiny ponytail is keeping it where it's totally secure. But I think that's also making it a little easier for that distance to maintain. My other wigs, I can still kind of get that. I just really have to use that It Stays and kind of push it up a little bit, make sure I have about a finger width in there, because you're going to need that distance, especially for comfort, but especially if you wear sunglasses or regular glasses. I wear my glasses, I have to wear them. So I have to see. I don't wear them when I film for two reasons. One, I feel like there might be too much kind of glare for you guys, but more so, it does kind of create some glare for me because I have lights coming at me here, and then I have my ring light right in front of me. So I feel more comfortable when I don't film with my glasses. And also I do makeup tutorials, and you know, obviously I'm not going to wear glasses if I want people to see my makeup and stuff like that. So, but still though, even though my wig is where it needs to be, you know, I still want to be able to slide my glasses on, obviously, comfortably. But I also want to make sure that when I slide my glasses on, that it isn't doing and distorting anything right up here in the temple area. Because sometimes that does happen, and it will kind of, I'm really cognizant of what this area looks like on my wig, and I like that it stays to really keep that down. Sometimes when I put my glasses on, it will kind of make this come up. The ear tab comes down here on me, which I love that full coverage. So I have to be careful when I put my glasses on that I'm not lifting up my ear tab to where I'm creating a tiny little gap right here that I would not like, especially if I'm wearing it behind the ear or something like that. So, you know, you want to make sure that you have enough gap to where you can slide your glasses back. What I have found, though, is rather than if I'm not wearing a wig, obviously I don't care and I will just slide them on like this. But when I'm wearing a wig, this is really hard for me to see what I'm doing here, but when I'm wearing a wig, I kind of place it up a little higher, but I do that so hopefully it won't upset my ear tab. Again, the ear tabs come down to here. Here's I have it underneath my ear tab, right? Here's the end of my ear tab. So right here is the amount of space that I have from my ear tab to where my ear is. I wore this hoping it would help me, but I think it's actually annoying me more than anything. I'm trying to show you guys this. So yeah, here's the end of my ear tab. Here's the actual end of the wig, the bottom of the wig. But it does kind of go up a little bit more in the back, so I have quite a bit of space back here, enough anyway for my glasses. So yeah, that's what I would recommend too, is just, you know, when you first put them on, I kind of don't slide them in from like I normally would, I guess. I have glasses that do have a little bit of give, so I do have a tendency of stretching them a little bit and just setting them up a little higher so they will kind of, you know, go over the top if they have to, and on top of that ear tab if they have to, and then sit down. Now, it just all depends too on what kind of glasses you have, what kind of rim, you know, the side and how thick they are and what you need to do regarding that. But this is just how I do mine. And yeah, this wig fits me really nice when it comes to that. Now, my Elizabeth wig does sit down quite low. I think out of all of my wigs, which is, I have the John Renault Elizabeth, I have not worn my Ignite one yet, other than when I made my first review video about it, my wig chat. But my Raquel Welch Upstage, my Raquel Welch Straight Up with a Twist, and now this one, I would say out of those, my Elizabeth one fits the furthest down, right on my ear. Really, really right there. It even kind of can push on it. So again, that one fits me just a little bit big compared to my other ones, including my Upstage. My Upstage is also a 100% hand-tied wig, just like the Elizabeth, but the Elizabeth still fits me a tiny little bit bigger. So anyway, okay, that would be, these are so dirty. Holy, jeez. But yeah, that's what I do, is I do have a tendency of kind of stretching my glasses out just a little bit so I can kind of go over the top of my ear tab, and then slide them in and let them settle where they need to be. If I have my wig on too close, I know, because these are progressive lenses, and if it distorts how they sit on me, even if they sit just a little bit up or just a little bit down, it distorts my vision and can really mess me up if I'm not careful, as silly as that is. But so yeah. I don't wear sunglasses because I have to have prescription sunglasses if I want to wear them and drive because I can't see a thing. So one day I would like to get some prescription sunglasses. But yeah, you want to be able to grab your sunglasses in the car and just slip those babies on and not give it a second thought. So that seems to be the rule of thumb. Finger width between the top of your ear and where your wig actually begins. It is a little bit annoying. You know, it's just one of those things. I'm a new wig wearer, so that's one of those things that is not second nature, and I do think about it a little bit, so I put that in the little bit annoying column. Eventually, I'm sure it will be second nature, and it won't bother me really. Okay, well, I hope that helped and answered the gal's question that asked it. I think it was an excellent question. If you have anything else to add to this, please let me know and put it down in the comment box. You guys have been great with adding any of your extra bit of knowledge that you may have to help all of us newbies out, and we appreciate that. Okay, guys, thank you. Bye-bye.